Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bailey and I'm the owner of Goo Goo Goods. Today's video is going to be a pretty busy and jam-packed one. So this weekend I have Market for Makers, and Market for Makers is that 2-day event that I do up in Jacksonville sometimes. I've done it twice before, and historically it is one of the most, well, I guess it is the most expensive market that I do, but it typically is also the most successful market that I do in terms of like cost to reward. Milk Mart is definitely the best market that I do, but the Market for Makers is definitely a strong contender for second. And I've definitely learned a couple of things from doing it twice before that has helped me to decrease my my spending going into this third one. So previously I'd rented a U-Haul trailer, and I've not done that the past 2 times. Well, I've not done it the last time, and I'm not going to do it again this time. And I have found a cheaper like Airbnb situation. It's funny because when I looked at Airbnb for staying in Bradenton, that was like crazy expensive. I don't know if maybe because it was last minute, but the place that I stayed in the last time I was in Jacksonville is the same place we're going to be staying in this time, and it is a really inexpensive and nice Airbnb. So that was one of the ways that I saved money staying there instead of staying in the hotel. And actually the booth fee for this one is actually cheaper by about like $250. So that's also a way that I am saving money. It's going to be in a different location than it usually is, and the space is actually slightly bigger. It's usually an 8x10 space, but this time it is actually going to be like a normal 10x10 space. So it's going to be a bigger space, and it's going to cost less money. So hopefully that turns out really, really good for me. So I am very, very excited and a little bit nervous for this weekend. Ethan is going to be able to come with me to the event because my parents are going to fly down from North Carolina and spend the weekend with our kids and take care of them while Ethan comes up here with me while we do the market. So this week is definitely going to be jam-packed with a lot of stuff to get ready for that, because I feel like I definitely want to be able to have as much variety of stuff to take up there, because this market is very, very busy and it's very popular in the area. So I definitely want to have a lot of like cool stuff that people can choose from. And with the new displays that we're working on, I think it's going to be easier to display a bunch of variety of stuff, if that makes sense. Once I have those displays done, and like you'll probably see them more likely, you probably won't see them in this video, you'll see them in the actual market vlog. So I think that those are going to make it so that I can display a lot of different products really easily, and I think that's going to help a lot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with my to-do list and share with you what I'm going to be working on this week. Probably some other stuff will pop up here that I'll need to do, but I'm going to go ahead and read it off and say what I'm going to do. So I want to embroider the rest of the Florida Sunshine State sweatshirts that I started last week. I have a pile of like, I think I was able to finish 3 or 4, so I only have like 4 or 5 left of those that I need to do, but those do take a long time, so I want to go ahead and try to knock those out. I want to press all of the embroidered apparel on my heat press just to lock those stitches in and make it look really, really nice and flat. And then I need to go to Impress Ink to pick up a box of shirts that I had printed there. So the Florida collage shirts that are typically really good sellers for me, I kind of decided to take out the time needed to make a ton of those, because I think those are going to be a good seller for me, and I didn't want to just spend a bunch of time having to make those myself. So I actually asked Impress Ink to make some for me. So I guess I didn't ask them, I like bought them or whatever. So I need to go to Impress Ink and pick those up. I think I had 20, yeah, I think I did 20. I had 20 made there that I'm gonna go pick up. And then I'll probably do that today, I'm thinking. So when the boys wake up from nap, I'll try to bust it over there, because they do close at 5:30, so I really have to like bust it to get over there. And then I need to get replacement needles at the sewing studio in Maitland, because I need to do some maintenance on my machine to keep it nice and running. I need to oil above the needle bar, and then I also need to replace all the needles. I think that's a good idea, because I think some of my needles are getting a little bit a little bit on the not sharp side, and I thought I would just go ahead and go and get some really good needles at the sewing studio that I know are good, because one of the last times I ordered new needles for my machine, I got them on Amazon and they broke and got stuck in the machine, and I don't want to deal with that again. So I'm going to go to a trusted dealer of some needles. So I'd like to do that, and then I would like to embroider a few more designs on some new blanks that I got. I actually ordered some more comfort colors in the color Bay, and I'm gonna put a little sea turtle on them, I think, because the last market I was at, someone asked if I had any sea turtle apparel, and I actually didn't have the sea turtle, like Respect the Locals. So I thought it'd be a cute idea to do like a little embroidered sea turtle t-shirt. I thought that would be really, really cute. And I also was able to snag some more larges and extra larges of the boxy tops. So I also need to make some of the orange and some of the strawberries on the large and the extra large. So I need to do that. And then if I have time, I might do some more designs on those. So I'll check in if I have time for that, but maybe or maybe not. And then hopefully if I have time, I would like to embroider on some bucket hats that I ordered. I actually ordered some bucket hats from S&S Activewear, and it's kind of like weird, like the way that S&S sometimes has their inventory, like they have them like in their drop ship inventory. So they're coming from Kansas, so it takes a little bit longer to get here, and it was like kind of weird. I think they're gonna get here this week, but I like don't know for sure. And I also so embroidering the bucket hats is gonna be a little bit tricky because I don't have a hat hoop. So I'm just gonna have to like float them on some sticky stabilizer. So hopefully that turns out good. And if the hats are a good seller, I'll definitely invest in a hat hoop to make it a lot easier for me to do it. Because also I'm hoping to have like a bunch of different designs on the bucket hats too. Going back to how like I've been really wanting to get on fair. So I'm kind of hoping that this week I can like, get all my stuff made, and so that this week I can take some photos if I have time to put it on the website, so that I can show fair that I have like a bunch of different stuff. But that's another story. I'd like to go to IKEA and grab a few things that I think would be helpful, not only at the market but also in general here in my office area. I'd like to find some more of my wooden hangers, because I think the wooden hangers would look better on the new display that we are building. I think it would look a lot better than some of the plastic ones, and I have a couple of them. I think some of them may be in this closet. I'll have to look, but I would like to find those before I go to IKEA, because I can pick some up at IKEA if I need to. Have Ethan make and film making the new displays, so that's not really a me project, that's a him project. Keep working on rebranding if I have time. I've made the logo, or like what I think is gonna be the logo. So I still just need to kind of like do a couple of other things that I need to do with that in order to rebrand. I'm gonna try to get as much DTF done as possible, and then like I said, product photography, and then try to put everything on Shopify and Etsy so that next week I can launch it, so that after I get done with Market for Makers this weekend, I'm gonna try to do a really good inventory, so that on like Monday, I guess I'll announce this maybe like, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a shop, like my launch day will be next Friday or something like that. I have to think about that. Later on in the week I'll see if that's going to be possible or not. So tentatively next Friday, which would be, let's see here, next Friday, July the 5th, should be when I launch everything officially. It should have all my inventory settled. Well, hopefully I sell out of everything, so maybe it'll be like a tentative like pre-sale. I don't know. I have to think about how I want to do that. So yeah, so the first thing that I'm going to be getting into today is I'm going to go ahead and mark my sweatshirt and hoop it and get it on the machine. I've actually already like done my oiling and cleaning out in the bobbin case, so that should be good to go. So yeah, so I'm going to set you up and I'm going to put on my audiobook, and let's go ahead and get to work. Happy Tuesday. So I did actually get a lot done yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening, but Ethan was building the display, so I didn't film anything because he was filming building the display. But I finished the rest of what I want to do of the oranges and the flamingo shirts, and so I went ahead and actually just sprayed them again to start working on getting that water soluble topper off. So I've got those done, and I'm letting that kind of like dry, and then I'll use my tweezers to get the rest of that water soluble topper off, and then I'll cut the stabilizer. But while I'm working on that, I'm actually going to hoop a couple of these little tote bags and do some test stitch outs of some of the new designs I want to work on. I don't actually want to get started on any t-shirts or anything like that, because tonight I would like to go to the sewing studio in Maitland and get some new needles, and I'd like to change all my needles and like oil my needle bars like I was talking about yesterday. So I want to do a little bit of maintenance on my machine before I get started on more apparel. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hoop these and put these on the machine. I've got a sea turtle one, and then I've got a overstimulated one, and then a couple of other kind of like woodland themed ones I'm going to use. So I'm very interested in doing that. I think that the woodland ones are going to take a little bit more time and kind of be a little bit more tricky in terms of color choice. So yeah, so that is what I'm going to work on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hoop this and get this ready for the machine. So let's just go ahead and start our day. Okay, so today during nap, I was able to do these 2 test stitch outs. The first one that you saw was this little sea turtle, and this is gonna go on the Bay Colored Comfort Colors t-shirt, and I sprayed some water to get rid of the water soluble stabilizer, but I think I'm gonna have to go in with another piece of it and get the extra bit off. So that looks really, really good. And then the second one is this really cute little floral one. And it might look a little bit crazy right now with the colors. The colors are actually gonna be like completely different. I just wanted to test it out, just like using the colors I had on the machine because I didn't want to change them right now. But honestly, these colors look cute too. It's just not the color scheme that I want to go with. But honestly, not bad. I do not hate that like those color combinations at all. Did you hear that thunder? That's crazy. I was gonna do another stitch out of another example one, but if it's like thunderstormy, I might not. I'll have to think about it. I'll go look at the radar and see if maybe that was just like a one-off like thunder situation, because it doesn't look that stormy outside really. So I don't know, I'll have to check that out. But I think that's super cute. I don't know if I want this to go on a shirt or a sweatshirt. I actually ordered some sweatshirts today from SNS Activewear for another design that I wanted to do, and that should get here Thursday. So I have to think about what I want to do in terms of that one. I don't know, I have to think about it, but I might, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hoop another design and put it on the machine and see how that looks. My boys are up, we're just hanging out listening to a little bit of Frog and Toad on the Yodo player. If you have kids and you know what the Yodo player is, they are kind of into it, kind of not into it. The Yodo player is basically like a little like speaker, and you get these little cards that have stories or songs or whatever. So they're getting better at being into it. They usually just like me to actually like read to them, and of course like I read to them, but they like to listen to Frog and Toad on it. So that's what we're doing right now. Sometimes we follow along because we also have the book. So yeah, so enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and hoop the other thing, and I will check in later. I'm at the sewing studio in Maitland, and it's actually like really stormy looking outside, and I did not wear the correct footwear for a stormy day. I put on my sandals, so it's kind of annoying, but I need to go in here and try to get some needles, and then I'm also going to look and see if they have any good linen fabric. So I'm going to head in here, and then I actually got to be pretty quick because it closes at 7, and right now it's like almost 6, and then I have to run to Costco. So I'm going to head in there and see what we can find. Here's my little fabric haul before it starts like raining really, really hard. So I got, well, first I got some needles. Hopefully these work good. These are the same needles that I got on Amazon, but I think they were a fake. So hopefully these are the real deal. I assume they are. And then these are the 2 fabrics I got. I got this like peachy one. I feel like it looks more orange on camera, but like a pinky one. And then I got this blue. So these are both linen. So I'm gonna try to make some bread bags out of those, either bread bags or bento bags, which are gonna be used for the same purpose for me, which I'm just gonna use it as like a bread bag, but you can also use bento bags as like carrying other things like lunchbox stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna head over to Costco now. It's starting to like rain and like lightning and stuff like that. And I did see on the neighborhood app, like the next door app or whatever, that there is a car on fire somewhere over near there. So yeah, I'm gonna head over there now, and hopefully I don't see the car that's on fire. I didn't end up going to Costco because it like flash flooded. It was really, really crazy. The drive home was like kind of scary, and it took me a long time to get home. So that was pretty crazy. But I went ahead and changed the needles on my machine and oiled the needle bars. And then I also ran a couple of tension tests, and I adjusted my bobbin, and actually it really only took me 4 stitch outs to like do the perfect adjustment. So that's awesome. I don't want to have to spend a ton of time doing that. So I think probably what I'm going to be doing the rest of tonight is go ahead and start doing the sea turtle on the Bay Color Comfort Colors. So I already have them like pressed down the middle, so I just need to mark where I want the design to be centered. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and press the designs like the flamingo and everything and get those done. And then this is the last like stitch out example I did on the machine, and these are obviously not the colors I'm gonna use, and it also looks a little bit silly because it has the water soluble, but this is one of the designs I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna put this on a sweatshirt. I don't really know, it's really hard to tell because of the colors what it is, but there's a little mouse right there. But this was really cute. It definitely is a lot more color changes than like, or it's a bunch of different colors, like more than I actually can put on my machine. So when I do this, I am gonna have to change colors during the design, which is kind of annoying, but if you have a single needle, you know the struggle. So that is what that is working out as. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start embroidering these, and maybe once I am done or like feel like taking a break, I might like call it on doing stuff in here tonight and maybe go ahead and start cutting some fabric out for the thread bags that I kind of want to make. I might be able to make the bags for the market this weekend with some of the fabric I got. Just like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't think I'm going to bring any of the Parker on the Porch ones, just because I feel like I'm not going to have the time to make as many of those as I want, because my embroidery machine is going to be pretty much working like for the next 2 days fully. So I don't think that that's going to work out. So that's just how it is though, you know, it is what it is. But I ordered some more shirts. I don't think I mentioned this. I ordered some more shirts to finish doing all the DTF prints that I have. So hopefully those will be here. Hopefully those will be here Thursday. My hats that I ordered are gonna be here tomorrow. So I also need to figure out how to do that too tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a pretty big day too, but I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this ready to get on the machine so that this guy is not taking any breaks. So last night I was able to finish all of the sea turtle shirts. So right now I have those. I spray them with water to get the water soluble topper. So they're all done except for getting the topper off. And as you just saw, I was doing a couple of test stitch outs of some stuff, because today I'm going to be putting this design, Be Kind to Your Mind, on some bucket hats. So I've got these two bucket hats. This one and this one. I'm gonna put the Be Kind to Your Mind on this one, and this is not going to be the colors. These are just the colors that were already on my machine. So I'm going to do Be Kind to Your Mind on this one, and on this one I'm going to do the Florida down there. I'm gonna cut these out and see which one I prefer, the smaller one or the bigger one. So I did that, and then I also did a test stitch out of this overstimulated. Once again, these are not gonna be the actual colors I use. I'm gonna use some different colors, but I think that all of those stitch outs did pretty good. So I think what I'm going to work on first is do the Florida on these hats. I have 10 of them, so that's gonna take kind of some time. So the way I'm going to try to do this, I think I'm going to I'm gonna hoop some peel and stick, or yeah, is that what it's called, peel and stick? Yeah, that's what I thought. Peel and stick stabilizer in the Mighty Hoop, and then put the hat like on it. You'll see it like when I do it, but that's gonna be the game plan. And once I get these done, I'm trying to think if once I get those done, if I want to go ahead and start working on these. I'm gonna have to like change the thread colors for this and for this. I guess I can make the Be Kind to Your Mind and the Overstimulated the same 6 colors. That might be cute because I'm wanting to do like pastel on both this and on some of the ivory. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get done today, but I'm gonna try to do that. And then I'm also gonna try to, hold on, sorry, the little sharp thing came out of this and I didn't want to forget to fix this. So once I get those done, I have a couple more of the strawberry boxy tops I think I want to do. And then I guess after that, I've got a couple of other ones that I want to work on. So I definitely have a lot that I've got to work on today. I've been pressing a lot of shirts to get the midpoint while I've been stitching this out. I have been having some kind of like weird stuff happening with my machine. Like it's like the screen keeps freezing. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. Hopefully it's just a couple of weird instances where it did it just then, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. Like the screen will freeze up and I won't be able to use it and I have to turn it off and turn it back on. So not a big fan of that. So also another thing that I did with these is I marked where the middle of it is, so I can cut this out and use it to find where I want to put it on the shirt and on the hats. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and start to hoop this hat, these hats. So these are my 2 sizes. This is the small one on there, and then here is the bigger one. It's hard to tell which one I want to do. I like the idea of the big one so I can see it more, but I also kind of feel like the little one's cute. I think I'm gonna go with the bigger one. I feel like I'm a big fan of go big or go home, so I think that's the one I'm gonna do. So let me get, this can go in my 5x5 Mighty Hoop. Yeah, I can go in that one. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, this is my peel and stick. So I'm gonna put it, it's a little tricky ricky. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab my station thing. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna hoop my peel and stick. Perfect. So I'm trying to think about when I do this. I might want to put it on the bigger one. Change my mind, putting it on the bigger one. I originally was going to try to do this with the 5.5 hoop, but I think it's going to be too small to be able to put my hat on there. So I'm going to do the 8x9. Let's see how easy I can do this. I'm gonna put my hooping station up here. hoping this is a little bit on the tricky side for sure. Very, very silly. Okay. And then what we're gonna do with this is I'm gonna take these little scissors and I'm gonna score it. Okay, so this is how I have it hooped right now. I'm definitely gonna have to babysit this while this is on the machine, but I'm gonna put it on there and set you up and let's see how it turns out. So it may look a little bit crazy from your angle, but I think it's actually gonna work out pretty well. I'm gonna put this water soluble on top if I can. I might have to turn the fan off and just be hot for a little bit. I'll tape this down on the side right here. Tape it down over here too. Okay, so I think that might work out like really, really good. Let me trace it. What I do with my stylus. Okay, let's see. Let me trace it. I'm afraid it's gonna like bop the machine a little bit. I might just like go for it. Okay, at first glance, it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead, first I guess I'm gonna take off the water soluble. And then I gotta spritz that down in a second. And then I'm just gonna rip it out. And then I'll need to remove the rest of the tearaway. But let's see the final result. Oh my gosh, look how cute. I did it! How stinking cute. Okay, I'm gonna take my hair down and show you what it looks like on my head. I did it. I did it. I did the hat. I did the bucket hat. That's so sick. Oh my gosh. It was a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie, but I am so pleased with how that turned out. I feel like it could not have gone any better than that. Oh my gosh. I'm so stoked. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is put my hair up first of all. I'm trying to think if I want to keep doing this or if I want to, maybe I'll do 2 more of these hats and then I might get started on something else just because this is where I have to like stand by the machine and watch it. But I'm so stoked about that. Oh my gosh. I might call Ethan and show him real quick, so I'll be right back. So super annoying and pretty stressful. My power just went out in my house. So like, can't do anything right now. And I'm also really annoyed because like my machine was on and like that always stresses me out because that's obviously not good for the power to just like cut off on your machine. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go and hang out and just work on my computer or something, because I obviously can't do anything in here, so I'm a little bit stressed out by that. But you know, I'll check in later when the power's back on. But yeah, so far, not a good start to today. Happy Thursday. So it has been pretty crazy around here ever since the power went out yesterday. So the power went out around like 3 o'clock, so I wasn't able to do really anything during nap, so that was a little bit frustrating. And they sent out like a text that it wasn't projected for the power to come back on until around 9 o'clock. So I was like, oh my gosh, like today has just been a wash. But the power ended up coming back on around 6:45. And so once the power came back on, I like ran back in here and started trying to embroider as much as possible. And by the time the power came back on and I was able to work on my stuff, Ethan was filming doing the display stuff. So I didn't film anything last night, but I did get a ton of stuff done. And the first thing I got done, I got all of the Florida bucket hats done, and I think they turned out super duper cute. I still need to get the rest of the tearaway stabilizer out of the back and then spray it a little bit more to get the rest of the water soluble topper. So I did that one. And then guys, look how cute this one is. Be kind to your mind. Look how stinking cute this is. Definitely doing these without a hat hoop is a little bit tricky, but that is so stinking cute. So I have 5 of these and 5 of the Florida ones. I love that. I think that is so cute. And I loved that so much that I decided to put them on the little peach t-shirts. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm doing a bunch of these in these like pinky peach shirts, and then I'm also gonna do a couple in the ivory. So I've been working on that today, and then I also did overstimulated. These are also on the boxy tops. So I did overstimulated on that one. So that's like super cute to me. And right now I'm working on, or I just like literally just got started on doing this. I'm doing the DTF because these are just delivered to me, some extra of the normal long ivory. So I'm working on those DTFs. So pretty much for the rest of the day, pretty much I'm gonna be working on trying to get all of these ones done. Originally I wanted to put the alligator on these, and I did do it on one, and I'll show you that. But this thing took like 50 minutes to stitch out. And I mean, yeah, it looks really, really cute, but I'm kind of on a time crunch right now. A time crunch that I put on myself, but you know, I have decided to go a different direction, obviously, and do the Be Kind to Your Mind. And I also ordered a bunch of green comfort color shirts, and these were all delivered, like with the ivory, those are delivered. And I'm gonna do some embroidery on those too, and that takes a long time. So I probably won't talk a lot, and like probably won't check in super hard. I'll probably just do a bunch of voiceovers, but I'm gonna go ahead and get back to it just because I'm trying to get so much done, it's not even funny. I have to go to IKEA tonight when the boys wake up to pick up a order that I made, because I got another rack that I want to use from IKEA, because I don't want to pack the black one, because the black one's a little bit awkward to pack because it has the poles and the wheels. So I'm running to IKEA to pick up another little rack. But I am like so stoked with how this turned out and the overstimulated, and it's storming again. So like I'm a little bit annoyed about that, but I'm gonna try to get all the DTF done and all the embroidery done as much as possible today. But the Be Kind to Your Mind takes a little bit of a lesser time than the ones that I'm gonna put on the green comfort colors that I got. So I'm trying to knock all of those out because I want to kind of have to focus, or not focus, but I need to change my colors, and I'm gonna have to kind of hyper focus on the longer ones, just because I don't want those to mess up. And I do have to actually change the thread colors because it's more than 6. So yeah, so those are going to be a little bit more complicated. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and set you up so you can see me embroidering this and doing some of the DTF.
Sunrise in West Virginia, sleep talking on the front porch, running our crawdads, both of us 8 years old. Clawfoot's our brand only cold. In the middle of the night, we found bats in the loft with our flashlights. We were together, that made it alright. Like my own sister, our souls weave together. Beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever, like my own sister. Our souls weave together. Beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever. Nobody's road is the same. Both of us went our own way. Our hearts have never changed. 'Cause we got our cabin days. Like my own sister, our souls weave together. Beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever, like my own sister. Our souls weave together. Beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever. Friends forever.
Happy Friday. So I've actually done a terrible job of documenting what I have done this week. I did so much this week, it's not even funny, but because I had so much that I wanted to get done, I just felt like I needed to like focus on it and pulling my camera out. I did obviously get some clips, but yesterday and then especially today, I like worked super duper hard and just fully committed to what I was doing that like I literally worked up to the last second, and I just could not really I didn't feel like I had the ability to film. So kind of unfortunate that happened, but I made a ton of stuff, and when you watch the next video that comes out about Market for Makers, I'll show you all the new stuff that I made and everything. But I'm really excited. We're all packed up, obviously. We're headed to Jacksonville right now. I am setting our goal like really, really high. I didn't pack any of the pullovers, so that's kind of like a higher ticket item, but I did pack a lot of like little stuff. So hopefully I packed enough that I can make my goal, which is gonna be $4,000, which is a really, really big goal, obviously, but I definitely think we could make it. I think I packed enough stuff where I would make $4,000. I'll have to think about it. If I sold out of everything, I definitely think so. But yeah, so that is the current situation. We are headed down there now. I can't even really remember what I was able to film, honestly. This whole week has definitely gone by and like a blur to me. So yeah, so we are on our way right now. We're not gonna get there until kind of later today, so we're not gonna be able to set up today. We're gonna have to set up tomorrow morning. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more behind the scenes small business content and craft fair vlogs. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one, which will be Market for Makers, which is going to be a really big, really intense event, and I hope it goes well, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Space, been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday, and nothing's changed. Mistake.